All right, so let's dive into Pi Network.
Okay.
This cryptocurrency that's got everyone buzzing
Yeah.
with this idea that you can mine it on your phone
Uh-huh.
without killing your battery
Right.
and maybe even become a millionaire.
Yeah. That sounds too good to be true.
Right.
It does sound a little like that.
That's what we're going to explore today.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it all hype, or is there something substantial here? We've got excerpts from this book praising Pi, info from their official website, and some current price data from crypto.com.
Sounds good.
You're interested in the potential for early Pi adopters to hit it big.
For sure. Yeah, that's the big question, right?
And how Pi measures up against Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Absolutely. Those are the big players.
Yeah.
To understand the potential we need to start at the beginning,
Okay.
Pi Network was founded by Dr. Nicholas Kokalis,
Okay.
a computer science and blockchain expert,
Mm-hmm.
and Dr. Qingdao Fan,
Sure.
who specializes in social science and human-computer interaction.
So we've got a tech brain
Yeah.
and a social impact brain
Exactly.
working together. That's an interesting combination.
Yeah, it is.
Reminds me a bit of Ethereum's founder, Vitalik Buterin,
Right.
who also had that multidisciplinary approach.
Yeah, he did.
And look how Ethereum has exploded.
That's a good point. It's very similar.
Yeah?
Ethereum, with its smart contracts and decentralized applications,
Yeah,
really revolutionized the crypto landscape.
totally.
Pi, with its similar blend of expertise, is aiming to be just as transformative.
Okay.
They're not just trying to create another digital currency, they're building a platform for a whole new digital economy.
Okay, that sounds ambitious.
It is ambitious.
How exactly does Pi work? What makes it different from, say, Bitcoin?
The key difference lies in Pi's proof of trust mechanism.
Okay.
Bitcoin uses a system called proof of work,
Uh-huh.
where miners solve complex mathematical problems to validate transactions and earn Bitcoin. This process requires a huge amount of energy.
Which is a major criticism of Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Its environmental impact.
100%.
Yeah.
Pi flips the script with its proof of trust.
Okay.
Instead of energy-intensive mining.
Mm-hmm.
Pi rewards users based on their contributions to the network's security and growth,
Okay.
as well as their reputation within the community.
So it's more about building trust within the network,
Yeah.
vouching for each other's credibility,
Yes.
rather than just crunching numbers and using up tons of electricity.
Exactly. Think of it as a digital security circle.
Okay.
The longer you're active on the network,
Mhm.
the more connections you have with other trusted users.
Right.
The stronger your reputation becomes,
Okay.
and the more Pi you earn.
So the more trustworthy the community,
Yes.
the more secure the network becomes,
Exactly.
and the more valuable Pi becomes.
That's the idea.
It's a really interesting concept.
Yeah.
But is it proven?
That's a really good question. And it's important to remember that any new project in the crypto world, especially one as ambitious as Pi,
Yeah.
will face skepticism.
Okay.
Look at Bitcoin in its early days.
Right.
People dismissed it,
Yeah.
and it took years for its value to skyrocket.
Totally.
Pi is still relatively new.
Okay.
It's currently on a test net,
Uh-huh.
which is like a testing ground before the full launch on the mainnet.
So it's like a dress rehearsal before the big opening night.
Exactly.
Got it.
And speaking of ambitious goals,
Yeah.
how does Pi stack up against the giants of the crypto world?
Okay.
Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is where things get really interesting, especially in the context of potential returns for early adopters.
Okay, let's compare.
All right.
Bitcoin is the king, right?
Yeah.
The gold standard of crypto.
Uh-huh.
It's decentralized, scarce, and has proven its value over time.
It has.
But we've already talked about its drawbacks,
Right.
like the energy-intensive mining
Yeah.
and the complexity for the average person.
That's right.
Even Ethereum,
Mhm.
which is groundbreaking with its smart contracts and dApps,
Yeah.
can be pretty technical
Yeah.
and expensive to use.
Right.
So where does Pi fit in?
Yeah.
Does it actually have the potential to compete?
Yeah.
Pi's creators believe their mobile-first approach
Okay.
and the proof of trust mechanism
Mm-hmm.
address the issues we see with Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Okay.
Literally anyone with a smartphone can mine Pi,
Yeah.
making it far more accessible than Bitcoin or Ethereum.
I can see the appeal there.
Yeah.
It's like democratizing crypto, making it accessible to everyone,
Yeah.
not just tech-savvy folks or people with deep pockets.
Exactly. That accessibility is what makes Pi so intriguing.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where anyone anywhere can participate in a decentralized financial system.
Yeah.
That's the potential Pi is tapping into.
Okay.
And it's a vision that has attracted some serious financial backing.
Okay, let's talk money.
Right.
Does Pi have the resources to make this vision a reality? Well, Pi Network has managed to attract investment from some pretty big names
Okay.
in the venture capital world.
Like who?
Firms like 137 Ventures,
Okay.
early investors in Snapchat, Uber, and Airbnb,
Wow. Ooh.
Ulu Ventures, who've backed companies like Palo Alto Networks and Solvi,
Right.
and designer fund investors in Gusto and Eventbrite.
Those are some serious players.
They are.
They're not just throwing money at any shiny new crypto project.
No, they're not.
What does that tell us about Pi's potential?
It's a significant vote of confidence.
Okay.
When established venture capital firms
Right.
with a track record of successful investments put their money behind a project like Pi,
Yeah.
it signals that they see real potential, not just hype.
No way.
They're betting on Pi's vision of becoming a major player in the crypto space.
So it's not just a group of friends with a cool idea.
No.
This is a project with legitimate financial backing
Right.
from some of the smartest investors out there.
Exactly.
But what about the average person, the early adopter, mining Pi on their phone?
Uh-huh.
Can they actually cash in on this potential?
That's the million-dollar question, right?
Yeah.
And it's where the comparison with Bitcoin becomes even more intriguing.
Okay.
Remember those early Bitcoin adopters?
Yeah.
The ones who mined Bitcoin when it was worth pennies?
Right, like the stories of people buying pizza with Bitcoin when it was practically worthless.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They took a chance on a new, unproven technology, and many of them became millionaires, even billionaires,
Okay.
as Bitcoin's value exploded.
So could we see a similar trajectory with Pi?
It's certainly a possibility,
Okay.
though nobody can predict the future of any cryptocurrency with certainty.
Right, of course, yeah.
What we do know is that Pi is generating a lot of buzz.
Yeah, it is.
It has a rapidly growing community of dedicated users,
Uh-huh.
and it's attracting serious investment.
So there's potential,
Yeah,
but it's not a guaranteed path to riches.
right.
What factors will determine whether Pi takes off like Bitcoin? Is the mainnet launch the key?
The mainnet launch is definitely a critical milestone.
Yep.
Right now, Pi Network is operating on a test net.
Uh-huh.
Think of it as a closed beta test for a video game.
Okay.
Developers are working out the kinks, making sure the system is robust and secure
Yeah.
before releasing it to the public.
So the mainnet launch is like the official release of the game.
Exactly.
That's when everyone can jump in and start playing,
Yeah.
or in this case, start trading Pi on a larger scale.
100%.
Okay.
Once Pi is on the mainnet, it becomes fully decentralized, just like Bitcoin.
Okay.
That means no single entity controls it,
Right.
which is a core principle of cryptocurrency.
And that's also when we could see those potential price surges, right?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
When Pi goes from this relatively closed community
Uh-huh.
to something the entire world can buy, sell, and use.
Right.
But what will people actually use Pi for?
Yeah.
What makes it valuable beyond just speculation?
That's where the development of Pi's ecosystem comes in. Okay.
They're encouraging developers to build decentralized applications
Yeah.
or dApps on the Pi network.
So kind of like building apps for the iPhone,
Yeah,
but for a decentralized platform.
exactly. Imagine using Pi to power a decentralized ride-sharing app.
Okay.
This app could cut out the middleman, giving drivers and riders a bigger share of the profits, all while being powered by Pi.
Okay.
That's the kind of potential they're aiming for.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
The more useful Pi becomes, the more demand it generates,
Yeah.
potentially driving up its price.
Exactly.
But can Pi really compete with the established giants like Bitcoin and Ethereum,
That's a good question.
which already have massive ecosystems of dApps?
It's a challenging landscape, no doubt.
Yeah.
But Pi has a few things working in its favor.
Okay, like what?
First, its focus on mobile accessibility could open up cryptocurrency to a whole new audience.
Right.
People who might not be comfortable with the technical complexities of Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's like the difference between using a desktop computer and a smartphone.
Yeah.
Smartphones are designed to be intuitive, user-friendly, accessible to everyone.
Exactly.
Pi is trying to do the same for cryptocurrency.
100%.
Okay.
And second, Pi's emphasis on community building could give it a significant advantage.
Okay.
They've fostered a strong sense of shared purpose among their pioneers.
Both.
These early adopters who are actively involved in testing the network, providing feedback
Yeah.
and spreading the word about Pi.
It's like they've created a movement rather than just another tech project.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
This dedicated community could be a driving force behind Pi's adoption.
Okay.
Helping to build momentum as it moves toward the mainnet launch and beyond.
So we've got the technology,
Yeah.
the potential for real-world applications,
Right.
the financial backing, the community,
Mm-hmm.
but there's still this element of uncertainty.
There is.
Is there anything else beyond just the practical considerations that could influence Pi's success?
There is one more factor that often gets overlooked in the world of cryptocurrency,
Okay.
but it's incredibly powerful.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
You mentioned a powerful factor that often gets overlooked.
Uh-huh.
What is it? It sounds pretty mysterious.
It's the power of belief.
Okay.
The crypto world, especially for a project like Pi that's still in its early stages, is heavily influenced by psychology.
Okay.
People are investing not just in the technology itself, but in an idea, a vision of the future.
So it's almost like joining a movement,
Yeah.
buying into a belief system.
Precisely. And Pi Network has done a brilliant job of cultivating that belief among its pioneers.
Right.
They've created this narrative of empowerment, accessibility, and financial inclusion that really resonates with people, especially those who feel excluded by the traditional financial system.
It taps into this desire for a fairer system.
Yeah.
One where everyone has the opportunity to participate
Right.
and potentially benefit.
Exactly.
I can see how that would be attractive.
It is, and that belief, that shared sense of purpose, can be a powerful driver of adoption.
Oh, right.
It creates a network effect where the more people believe in Pi, the more valuable it becomes, both in terms of its price and its perceived value.
So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Kind of.
If enough people believe in something, it can become real,
Yeah,
almost regardless of the underlying technology.
to a certain extent.
But isn't that a bit risky?
It can be.
What if the technology doesn't live up to the hype?
That's a valid concern. Of course, the technology has to be sound.
Yeah.
It has to be secure, scalable, and capable of supporting the vision.
Right.
Pi's success depends on both the technology and the belief working together.
Okay.
The technology needs the belief to thrive, and the belief needs the technology to be legitimate.
It's a delicate balance.
It is.
But hasn't that been the story of many successful technologies?
Yeah.
Think about the early days of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
There was this almost utopian vision of democratizing information, connecting the world.
Right.
And while there were definitely bumps along the way, that belief helped drive the internet's incredible growth and impact.
That's a perfect analogy.
Yeah.
And it's what makes Pi Network such a fascinating case study.
Yeah.
They've managed to strike this balance between technological innovation and community building in a way that few other crypto projects have been able to replicate.
So let's bring it back to our listener, the one who's been diligently mining Pi on their phone, hoping to strike it rich.
Yeah.
What's the takeaway for them?
Here's the bottom line.
Okay.
Pi Network is a unique and ambitious project in the world of cryptocurrency. It's accessible, it's got a passionate community, and it's backed by some very smart investors.
Right.
But it's still early days, and there's no guarantee of success.
Of course.
The mainnet launch will be crucial.
Yeah.
And the price of Pi could go up, down, or sideways.
But don't put all your eggs in the Pi basket.
No.
Diversify, do your research, and understand the risks.
Absolutely. But if you're intrigued by Pi's vision, if you believe in the potential of a more accessible and inclusive financial system, then Pi Network is definitely worth paying attention to.
Okay.
The crypto world is full of surprises, and Pi just might be one of the most intriguing stories unfolding right now.
It's definitely a story we'll be following closely. So to our listener, keep mining that Pi, keep an eye on the mainnet launch, and most importantly, keep those critical thinking skills sharp.
Yeah.
The world of cryptocurrency is constantly evolving.
It is.
And that's what makes it so exciting.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep into the fascinating world of technology and innovation.